Today we're going to learn how to properly layer and underpaint like a pro. We already primed, now we're going in with the skin tint. This is my first time trying this skin tint. The goal is to get an even base before layering on your product. Now we're going to spot conceal, taking a soft matte concealer and focusing on blemishes and any redness. You only want to blend the edges. We're taking a cool tone for our contour and blending downward to mimic our shadow. I didn't want too much product to transfer, so I rubbed it off on the towel before going in. This product is very pigmented, but luckily it blends out really nicely. And really just take your time with blending. Now we're taking our cream bronzer and placing that higher up to mimic where the sun hits our face. And now we're stippling in an upward motion. I love underpainting because it ensures that you're using less product. You really get that pro finish. We're really just structuring the face before we do our foundation. Now we're taking our foundation and warming it up on the back of our hand, and we're placing it on the center of our face. So when we go in with our brush, we can make sure that it's being blended out evenly. Since underpainting provides coverage to the outer portions of our face, this ensures that we're getting coverage in the middle, and then you can go back into the spots that you feel need a little bit more coverage. This is going to keep an even layer so that when we're layering up products, nothing gets cakey. I take the remaining product on the brush and then just blend over every edge and down the neck, of course. We're taking that same soft matte concealer and being very intentional about our placement. We're taking our time and really blending this out. A small brush makes sure that we can get right up to those edges and be really precise about placement. Now we're taking a liquid highlighter and adding that to the high points of the face and just tapping it out with our fingers. That way we can really warm the product up to our skin. Now we have a great foundation to start using powders on top. We're focusing on the apples of the cheeks and then really blending out those edges. This brush has almost a stippling texture and it's synthetic fibers. Now using that same foundation brush and a veiling technique, we're going to blend those edges. You can see how this side still has harsh lines. We're going to go in with our first set, and now we're starting off with a powder bronzer to really lock everything in place. The powders are really going to give that blurring effect as well. I prefer small to medium brushes to really get precise placement. Now we're taking concealer to brighten those areas back up after blending all those products, and we're going to focus on the outer portion and really blend that in before taking it too far in, since we already had that other concealer there. Just taking the remainder down the nose, and same thing to the other side, and just really make sure you're blending out all those edges. The powder puff to the back of your hand is going to distribute the product evenly, and then just slowly press from the inner corner to the outer corner. Starting from the inner corner always gives me that nice line to shape the nose. And now we're going to take some loose translucent powder into the cap. Same thing, dust it off on the back of your hand, and then carve out your cheeks and underneath the eyes and the bridge of the nose. Leaving it on long enough to properly bake and then dusting it off with a small brush. The second set is going to really melt together all the products and lock the makeup in. That is how to properly layer and underpaint like a pro.